when you're knocking, and I stay away from my line and just try and come.
Now, this is like bad place in terms of the grain of the wood. This is not optimal. Obviously, we have to.
What is not optimal?
Well, because the grain is spiraling.
It's not. There's no spiraling in this. No, this is.
Okay.
Well, no. Like if this grain was not straight, you would. No, this is pretty clean, and you'll see here.
Okay.
This should break off. Now we have that knot there, which isn't ideal, but it's also not huge. So. That doesn't happen very often, but see, we have nice straight grain.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, and you definitely want to read that, because if it's running down, you'll have to account for that. And so now that I exposed that, I can get right on it with my chisel and knock it off. But now, if that knot wasn't there, maybe I would have went to within like a 1/4 inch of my line. I could have taken bigger chunks, but you know. And I'm still gonna stay well above my line. I'm about a 1/2 inch away. Just because, like with anything with woodworking, the more you try to take off, the more resistance. So the less you take off, the less resistance. And therefore, the easier it is.
So with the bevel down in this situation, you have more control of where the chisel's going. Is that what you?
If the bevel's like this, it tends to draw into the grain, and it might go down where we don't, and dig in. And so when I'm doing this, but now now that I'm within like almost 3/8 of the whole thing, I'm not going to be able to split off any more pieces, you know, like big chunks like that. And when I start to pare, now I want to use the flat. And I like to go across grain because you have more control. You know, but now it's a matter of just. The worst thing we could do here is, you know, we're using the timbers and we're rolling them, and the worst thing we could do is drop this on the floor and break a corner off. It's the only thing I'd rather see you not do. So when you're not using the chisel, put it in here. I'm over there and I'm seeing this. I don't like to see the hand anywhere where the chisel could end up in it. It's going cutting from the side. I like to, you know, cut from this way. Yeah, I think we're good there. I think we can flip it over. Hold down. I like to hold it up instead of like this, because your point is going to be digging in that way, whereas this way you're not really transferring your force quite as well. So go like that. It's probably that knot is the worst spot, so hit it right where, center it on the knot.
Center it on the knot.
Center it on the knot, because that's where your most resistance. And flip, I would flip, you want your bevel up.
Okay.
Yeah. And now just drive that in there. Let me, we don't really want to pry on it too much. Do you mind?
No.
Oh, there's that other knot there. That's and then the piece is already off. There's just, no, I think even the knot is, there's some other fiber that's, I would lay a square in here and just see where we're at. If this is something that needs to stay or go. No, from across. Yeah, like that. Yeah, we're touching there, so yeah. So you could take a little bit off in here to get that. Yeah, and just a light touch at this point, you know, and that's where there's more control coming from the side than there is straight at it. There, yeah. Now keep going through that though, because see how your chisels you don't even have to go back. There you go. Keep going right through that, and you put there you go. I think you're digging in a little much there. You're too straight up and down. You got to kind of see. Now I have this angle established. You can even use half of the chisel on there, right? See how you were digging, digging in?
Yeah, I
And
noticed that.
if anything, you want to be too steep because then you could clean it up, right? All right, so it's kind of the same thing until you sever the end grain, you can't make this cut. Normally, I like the holes to kind of almost connect, but we didn't really have the spacing, so, but dig out those centers, you can really drive the chisel in there. And you will get your chisel stuck in there if you don't just kind of keep removing stuff. Roll it over, get it cleared out. And I just do that. But what we can do now before I get Dick going on a mortise over there is I have that. So this is the tie beam. So that's the top of a post, and we can see how they fit. So are we a little tight? We're a little tight. I think it's just right. If you put the now try it. I got this end.
Ooh, nice.